The flower is the eternal bride, right? In all of us, it is. In all of us, in men and in women, that's the part of us that's the eternal bride that goes, ah, can I blossom in pure beauty? And the sun is the eternal bridegroom in a man or in a woman. And to be able to have inside of us at all times an eternal wedding going on, being the beloved, being the lover, because it's so important to remember that inside of each of us is a healthy desire to be loved completely, to be the bride of love, and to be loved completely, to be the flower in full bloom, such full bloom that the petals are falling and we don't even care. Yes, this is what I was made for. This is a healthy need. We need not be ashamed of it. There it is, part of us. We have a healthy desire to be loved completely. And like the sun, we have, every single one of us, a healthy need to give our love completely, unstintingly, pouring forth. There's nothing wrong with having this feeling of wanting to just give it. To give it like the sun, to embrace as the sun embraces, to say, oh, beloved, all I want is to give you the warmth in which you can blossom. And to be the bride. Oh, oh, you love me. You love me. You love me. Oh, you love me. This is not a pathology. This is not something to feel weird about, or like you're the only one and you're some kind of loser because you want to be loved completely and you want to give your love completely. Hey, there's the flower, the bud of the most beautiful flower in the entire universe in your chest. And hey, there's a brilliant, warm, blazing sun in your chest. Of course you want to use it. That's wonderful. And the first place we use it so that our judgment is not impaired when getting into similar dynamics with those outside of us is to be the lover and the beloved here. I must say that in my own journey with discovering my heart mediator, that the more I allow myself to admit that I am the bride longing to be loved completely, and the groom longing to give my love completely, the less often I hurt those around me who want to love and be loved by me, and I'm too busy to notice. I'm trying to get something done. I'm da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's like, where's the... The more I know it about myself, the more I admit it in myself, the more I keep this alive and just, you know, don't just say, well, whatever, you know, like love, whatever that's for, you know, between 7:30 and 9:30. It's made me a much more responsibly tender person with other people's hearts, with other people's need to be loved completely and to give their love completely. Now I notice. Now I don't inadvertently leave people out in the cold when there could have been beautiful and gracious exchange between sun and flowers. Yeah. All right. So we've had a taste of one of the main healing tools for moving from anxiety, I love you, do you love me? To connection, making the connection in myself first, coming into the practice so that I'm not desperate, and actually able to be more sensitive and aware. Let's, if it's okay, do a little bit of going back to working with the heart, which is, aside from this lovely, passionate exchange that can go on inside me or between us, it's what makes that remain sane in the midst of the passion, which is a lot to be said for that. There's a lot to be said for remembering, even though this is such a beautiful flower, actually there's light coming through the flower, and it's the same light as this flower. It's with no diminishment of passion nor repression. It brings a kind of reasonableness back into the exchange. Once I am aware that actually there's only one light here, I can still be pretty excited about the flower. But there's a simple, unbreakable connection that transcends any possibility of rejection. We are this together. And then excitement, there it is, it's excitement. And I can stand in it and not be lost in an ocean of my own circulatory system, my own blood stir. Can I feel the stirring of my blood? We stir each other's blood. That's what this is, this beating of the heart, the veins and the arteries, the giving of the love, the receiving of the love, the giving of the love, the receiving of the love. And in all this incredible stir, to be able to have a place that is actually like an island of peace. I do a class on the 5 elements of recovery. It's focused on addiction, but it also works with trauma. And one of the things that's a very important aspect of the fire element is having somewhere to go where there's nothing happening. And where you get to take a break from your emotional, I love you, do you love me, this, and no, she doesn't. Just in the midst of all of this, without disconnecting from it. I mean, you know, you've got a stew inside your body, yeah? You feel your internal flavors, your stew. Maybe something has moved you lately. And in the middle of that, like in the middle of the bathtub, when the whirlpool opens, yes, it's all the waters are moving. And in the middle of it, in the middle of your chest, the space opens, the whirlpool of emptiness opens. That's the heart. All too often, in order to get a little bit of peace, we check out from our feelings and don't just go up into our head. This is such an important vacation spot. And we really do. We have a need sometimes to put down the world and go to a place of peace. Those who don't have that ability to go to where the peace is, sometimes, not in all cases, but in many cases, this is what leads to the various checking out behaviors using substances. I just need some peace from how I feel. I need somewhere to go that's like an island of sanity, where I can just be, not cut off from loving and being loved, not cut off from it, but just quietly in the midst, and able to connect with you in your place, not of passion. I see your passion, but to connect with you in your island of peace, and have that be in place.